Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another Yap session. In today's Yap session, I want to talk about the conversation surrounding Barcelona after that narrow 3-2 win yesterday in the Copa del Rey round of 32 against Barbastro. Because I'm seeing a lot of Barca fans, whether it's here on my comment section on YouTube or on Twitter or on Reddit, shame Barca fans like myself who are not happy about the win yesterday. Because they're calling us ungrateful and spoiled and shitty fans, and we don't deserve to support this club because we're so angry all the time. You know, when Barca wins, we're mad. When Barca loses, we're mad. We're never going to be happy, right? We can never be satisfied with Barcelona. And I gotta say, bro, all these excuses that people are making, first of all, it's the biggest bunch of shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And second of all, it shows me the depths that this club is falling to and how far our standard has dropped, where we're making excuses about that game yesterday and where we're trying to justify that game yesterday. It's honestly fucking embarrassing, and you Barca fans who are trying to justify that shit should be ashamed of yourselves. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourselves because there's nothing to be happy about after that win. I'm going to reiterate this one more time because I said it in my Yap session yesterday post-match, but I want to emphasize it one more time because I don't think people quite understand what happened yesterday or 2 days ago, depending on when you're watching this. Barbastro are in the 4th division of Spanish football. Not the 1st, not the 2nd, not the 3rd. 4th division of Spanish football, and they're sitting in 9th. 9th. That's not a joke, by the way. You can go look that up for yourself. 9th place. And we beat them by 1 goal. And we seem to forget what club we're all supporting here. Because it's not just about Barbastro. That was like a culmination, right? Because even though we won, the game wasn't pretty. The second half was terrible. It's been brewing for 3 months. I'm going to emphasize this again. It's been 3 months since Barca won a game by over 1 goal. Antwerp. Or was it Betis? I don't know which one. One of those 2 games. Find out. That was the last one. We've won 3 games by over 1 goal this season. Cadiz, Antwerp, Betis. We've played, I think, 22 games in all competitions, or 21, whatever the fuck it is, 20. I don't know. It's still not good enough. And we support a team called FC Barcelona, who literally there was a documentary made about the way that they play football and how beautiful it is. I saw an interview with Piqué. He was talking to Ibai, who's a Spanish streamer. You guys probably know who he is. It was a Spanish interview, so I'm not going to play the clip here because a lot of you guys won't be able to understand it. But basically, just trust me, take my word for this. He was talking about how Barcelona is really unlike Real Madrid because the results aren't really the end-all be-all. It's about the way you're playing football. That is the thing at Barcelona. It's the way you play. That is the aura of the club. That is the philosophy of the club. Going back to Johan Cruyff, going all the way to Frank Rijkaard, Pep Guardiola, all these managers, Luis Enrique. It's about the way you play. That's why a lot of us Barca fans, even though we're winning titles under Ernesto Valverde, we weren't happy because the football was shit. The football was kind of shit. It was basically Messi, do everything, and then we'll see. And then when Messi couldn't do everything, we saw the games that happened. Liverpool happened, and Roma happened. And the Copa del Rey final in 2019 happened. All these games where Messi didn't have a Superman cape on because he was tired of carrying this fucking team, we saw what happened. So, to me, I see Piqué, who's one of our biggest club legends, talk about that. And by the way, no matter how much people want to meme Piqué now because of the Shakira thing and all that shit, Piqué, if you go look at it, go watch Piqué's career, he's simply one of the greatest center backs of all time. That's not an exaggeration, that's not hyperbole. He's simply one of the greatest center backs to ever play the game. He's a 6-time FIFA Pro 11 player. So 6 times he was one of the best 2 center backs in the world. So that's just Piqué. That's his resume. That's who he is. A guy who won 3 championships with Barcelona, who came up through the ranks in the youth academy, and is one of the biggest legends in the history of the club. And also, Xavi talks about that. If you go watch the documentary, Take the Ball, Pass the Ball, Xavi talks about how in Barcelona, it's not just about the way you play. It's not just about the result. It's about the way you play football. And a lot of you guys seem to be forgetting that. What club we're supporting here? We're not supporting Real Madrid. We're not supporting Manchester United. We're not supporting Atletico Madrid. We're not supporting any of these teams. So the brand of football, quite frankly, doesn't matter. It's just if you get the result. And I take that because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to support this team. And that's part of the reason that guided me and that kind of took me to support this team. The fact that I know that Barcelona, like the result is great, but the way you watch this team play is just mesmerizing, bro. And that's what made me fall in love with this team. When I was a little kid, when I was 7 years old, or 6 years old, watching this team play, and I was like, holy fuck, bro. This is beautiful. This is amazing. Right? Why do we all love the 6-2 in the Bernabeu, or the 5-0 in the Camp Nou, or the 3-0 against Santos in the Club World Cup final, and a young Neymar? Why do we all love those games? Because we won by a lot, yes, but it was the way we played in those games. And that takes me now to present day. Talking about the Barca fans who were mad. Trying to justify what happened yesterday. Dude, it's been brewing for a minute now, bro. The football is not pretty. And the results aren't really there either. But 3 months without beating a team by over 1 goal is inexcusable, bro. It's embarrassing. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, dude. Really it is. And I don't think people are understanding how far down this club has fallen to where we're at a point where we're justifying winning by 1 goal against a 4th division team, man. This is not the team that I grew up watching, and if you're my age, I know this is not the team that you grew up watching. And I know we have to change our standards now because obviously the financial situation isn't great, but we were playing almost our whole starting 11 there yesterday, or 2 days ago, again, depending on when you're watching this. We weren't playing the B team. Barca B could probably beat that team, and Barca A had a hard time beating them. So I beg you guys, man, think critically and think logically. I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm really not, but I'm honestly, it's perplexing to me the fact that people are actually justifying that performance yesterday and trying to look at the positives. Bro, trust me, when it comes to my life, I'm an optimistic person. I look at the good in everybody. I look at the positive in every situation. I truly am like that because I think that's the best way to look at life. But sports is very different. Sports, you get the result and you also get to watch the team play. And watching that team play, there's no way we can be positive about the current state of Barcelona right now because it's honestly embarrassing. That second half, I'm going to say it one more time, was a shambles. Was embarrassing, was fucking pathetic. We should be ashamed of that second half. Ashamed. The fact that Romeo continues to get minutes on this team instead of a Barca B player, why is he playing, man? The patterns of play are not there. We can't even play out from the fucking back. We keep playing a high line even though we can't play a high line because we're not good at it. And then Xavi comes out in the press conference like, oh, you guys are always like nagging me about results. You never do that with Real Madrid. Well, you should know why they don't do that with Real Madrid. Because you're a former player and you know that in Barca it's not just about beating a team. It's about performing well against that team as well. That is what makes us happy as fans. It's a high standard, but Barcelona is one of the biggest clubs in the history of football, if not the second biggest or the first biggest, if you're asking me. This is a team that's won 2 trebles. This is a team who some of the greatest players and some of the greatest teams of all time have played at Barcelona. Johan Cruyff played for Barcelona. Messi, the greatest player of all time, played for Barcelona. That whole crop in the 2000s and 2010s. Those teams in 09 and 2015 and 2011. All those teams. So let's be real now, bro. When Barca wins trophies, Piqué was talking about this. Barcelona has never won the league without winning. Has never won the UCL without winning their league. All 5 of Barca's UCL wins have also come with a league title. Real Madrid can't say the same thing. I don't even think any other club in the history of football can say the same thing. Maybe Bayern Munich, but I didn't bother looking into it. And they also play in the Bundesliga, so it's not really the same. When we win the league, when we win the UCL, it's because we were the best team in Europe. There's no flukes. It's not like Real Madrid in 2021, 2022. I'm not trying to take away from them, but Piqué also brought that up in that interview with Ibai. He was talking about how Barcelona, we would not be happy with that Champions League win. Not me personally, I'd be happy with any Champions League win at this point, like any campaign, because I'm sick and tired of watching my team get constantly knocked out and not winning a Champions League. So I would be happy with that, and also because like the throw that goes into that, you know, like being counted out in every single round, and you come back as the underdog. So I disagree with Piqué in that sense because I do think that Real Madrid, throughout the course of that whole Champions League campaign, proved that they were the most resilient and just the toughest team in Europe. So again, I'm not trying to take away from Real Madrid in 2021, 2022, which I've said before, is to me the most impressive UCL run of all time. It's not the greatest because in terms of like domination, but it's the most impressive in my opinion because of all the obstacles they had to overcome and the teams that they beat and the manner in which they beat them. But still, man, like in Barca, we're not happy with that, and you guys shouldn't be. We can't, like, we need the club to raise their standards up. We can't lower our standards to fit the club. The club needs to raise their standards to satisfy the fans, man. We are Barcelona, we the fans, whether you live in Barcelona, Spain, whether you live in fucking Malaysia, whether you live in South America, whether you live anywhere in the world, we all support this team, every diehard in this club. Like, I'm sure most people watching this, like, unless you're a fan of our own team, but the majority of my audience is Barcelona fans, and I know, bro, I watched you guys in the streams, you guys were watching the games with me. We love this team, we don't miss games. I haven't missed a Barca game, honestly, this is a genuine thing, I haven't missed a Barca game in I think, probably in 8 or 9 years, genuinely, that's a true statement. I don't miss Barca games. But and I still won't miss them, but the brand of football is just not good enough. So we can't be justifying what happened yesterday. It can't be happening, or 2 days ago, depending on when you're watching this. I'm going to keep saying that because I really don't know when you guys are watching this. We can't justify that, man. We got to be better, and we need the club to do better. And we need the players to play better, we need the manager to manage better, and we need to get back to our roots. Again, maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't think I am. We're not playing with some shitty team here, man. We don't have some shitty team. Our starting 11 is decent. It's really, really good. On paper, honestly, one of the best in the world. I understand that we have some injuries. So do Real Madrid. So did Arsenal. So do Man City. So do Liverpool. Every team has injuries. That's not an excuse. Stop trying to make excuses for this team. Let's actually go out there and, hold them to a high standard because we should, because we're supporting Barcelona. We're not supporting Sheffield United. We're not supporting Newcastle, who's just happy to get into the UCL last year because they hadn't made it in 25 years. We're not supporting Aston Villa. Again, no disrespect to these clubs, but you get it, like, every team has a standard. Why are Man United fans so upset right now over the past couple years? Because there's a standard at United. And the standard is winning leagues and winning Champions Leagues. And they haven't done that for the past couple years. And the football's been shit because they're used to Sir Alex Ferguson and winning Premier Leagues and winning trebles and winning UCLs. And they're used to that brand of football. Beautiful football. They're not used to this shit right now. Same thing with us. We're not used to this shit. And we shouldn't be okay with it. Alright, so I just wanted to come on here and vent and say that because it's honestly, I cannot comprehend how people try and justify that performance and call people out like me or you guys who are actually agreeing with me in the comment section who are upset about the performance because we don't look good enough and we don't look sharp enough. And we saw yesterday against a 4th division team, we could barely pull away by over 1 goal. Can't even beat them by over 1 goal. And we're talking about offside, if there was VAR. Who gives a fuck, bro? It's a 4th division team. We should be pummeling them 5-0. We beat Antwerp 5-0. They're not in the... We beat Betis 5-0. They're sitting, top 10 in La Liga right now? Maybe even higher? Come on, man. It's got to be better. It's unacceptable the fact that people are justifying that performance. But then again, that's just a standard... Like, that's just the depth. Holy fuck. That is just how far this club has fallen. That we're justifying that yesterday. And, maybe I am a toxic fan. Maybe I am a shitty fan. Maybe I do hold my club to too high of a standard. But I'd rather be that fan than a fan who justifies that performance yesterday. Because those fans, to me... They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And, maybe go support Sheffield United if you're happy with that. But anyway, I love you guys, man. Thank you so much for watching. Kind of a rant, angry video today, but I did want to get that off my chest because it has been pissing me off over the past, day. Because I don't understand how people could justify that. But anyway, I said my piece. I said what I had to say. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.